So pickleball is a very simple, easy game. It's a combination of tennis, table tennis, and badminton. It's been played on a badminton-sized court post-COVID. That the game has just exploded in the US, and because of that, and because of its intrinsic nature of the game, it's being very, very well taken even by the Indian sports people. It's a game for all ages. You can be 8 or you can be 80, and it's equally competitive. But more than competitive, it's a very recreational game.
Welcome to the Garma Avatar Show. In today's episode, I have with me Arvind Prabhoo, President All India Pickleball Association, also the President of International Pickleball Federation. Mr. Sunil Valavalkar brought the game into India in 2008 and he formed the All India Pickleball Association in the year 2008 as a not-for-profit organization under Section 25 of the Companies Act and has been promoting the sport in India for the last 15 years. AIPA has been formally granted affiliation of the International Pickleball Association USA in the year 2015. It is also the founding member of Asia Federation of Pickleball Singapore. During the past 15 years, AIPA has conducted a Brainbridge Cup tournament in December 2022, six national tournaments, two Federation Cups, three Indian Open tournaments, three national ranking tournaments, various state level tournaments, two league championships, and many club level tournaments. As a result, currently over 10,000 players are actively playing pickleball on the pan India level. Under the able leadership of the President Sri Arvind Ramesh Prabhu, AIPA is trying its best to get the sport recognized by the government and the Sports Authority of India. This will lead to the game being included in school and university games and thereafter in national games. Thanks for joining me, Arvindji. Such a pleasure to have you on my show.
Thank you, Garima, for having me on your show. It's my pleasure to be here.
So, can you please tell us a bit about this game of pickleball and and what's been the journey like in India of the sport?
So pickleball is a very simple, easy game. It's a combination of tennis, table tennis, and badminton. It's been played on a badminton-sized court, so you don't need too much space to play the game. It's a very entry-level, easy game
Okay.
to play, and if you have played any racket sport, it's very easy to adapt. Unlike tennis, where there is an overhand service, pickleball there's an underhand service, so which is easier for entry-level people. The net size is 3 feet from the ground, so it's not too high like badminton. So it's very easy. And if you've played any racket sport like table tennis, squash, badminton, it's very easy to adopt. The racket is known as the paddle, and the paddle is just a little bit bigger than a table tennis racket and smaller than a tennis racket. So all in all, the best of all the three racket sports is combined, and that's an amalgamation of all the three, and that is what pickleball is all about.
Okay, sounds
And so you already mentioned that AIPA was formed in 2008, and it's been a long journey for Mr. Sunil Valavalkar, who brought the game into the country and did a lot of promotion all over the country. And it's only now in the past 4 5 years and post COVID that the game has just exploded in the US. And because of that, and because of its intrinsic nature of the game, it's being very, very well taken, even by the Indian sports people. So it's growing in leaps and bounds. It's the fastest growing game now in the world, and India is not left far behind also.
wow, sounds very interesting. So, is it considered an elderly sport? I mean, can you throw some light on that, please?
So when it started originally, it was a sport for elderly retired people. It's a very easy going doubles game. Is very easy going, and with not too much of physical. It's not very physical game. But as the game has progressed, and as the game is getting completely adopted by a lot of youngsters nowadays, the game is really picking up to be a very competitive sport. And now uh, it's a game for all ages. You can be 8 or you can be 80, and it's equally competitive. But more than competitive, it's a very recreational game. So you can play it in your backyard, you could play it on the street, you could play it on your terrace. So it's a very absolutely adaptable game which can be done anywhere, and any age group can play that game.
So, like, what kind of skill set does one require to, excel in this game?
Yeah. So, like I said, basically, if you played any racket sport, if you have a little bit hang of any racket sport, or even if you have not played any racket sport, it's just a matter of a little bit of a hand-eye coordination
Okay.
and just a sense of how the court is. Very very easy to enter into the game. Unlike table tennis, which is a very fast game, tennis is a very strenuous game. Badminton, of course, all of us know nowadays the game is so fast and requires a lot of conditioning.
Okay.
Pickleball at the entry level is a very very gentle game, but as you start learning it and as you start getting used to it, it becomes very competitive, and you require to be physically fit also. So it's a game across all the spectrum. You could be just a beginner or you could be a pro at it. So it all depends on how you take up the game.
So, how is this association developing the grassroots level, and what is the infrastructure like at the ground level?
So the association, right? It's now 15 years old association. So when Mr. Valavalkar got the game in India, he went all over the country carrying a paddle and a ball, going to institutions, going to schools, going just everywhere, going to government offices and trying to promote the game. uh, Single-handedly, he did traveled all over the country introducing the game. Unfortunately, people were not very acceptive or receptive at that time. But ever since COVID and ever since the game has become a very, very big sensation in the US, it has become now very, very easy because once you say pickleball, everyone understands, oh, pickleball is a combination of table tennis, badminton, and now it's more acceptable. So we are doing a lot of camps all over the country. We are entering into schools. We are writing to corporates. We have our videos. We have our website, which explains the game. There are a lot of YouTube channels which try to talk about the game. So generally, the awareness has been wonderful, and we held the World Cup in India in Mumbai, and that did a lot of promotion for the game. So the game is growing very organically now, and it's wonderful to see that a lot of youngsters as well as middle-aged people are adopting the game.
Awesome. What role does India have to play in the world of pickleball, and what are the prospects of pickleball in India?
Well, India, with its population of 140 crore people itself, is a huge
Okay.
market. On top of that, if you see that we are almost half of our population is either playing a racket sport or either badminton or table tennis or tennis. Now we are trying to look at converting maybe 10 or 20% of those people to play
Mhm.
pickleball. If that happens, we will have close to 6 to 10 million people playing pickleball in the next 5 years. And that's a huge
Yeah.
number. And because of our inherent skills, we are very good at doubles. If you remember in tennis, the Amrit Raj brothers, the Krishnan, Ramesh Krishnan, Mahesh Bhupati, Bopatna, all of them are touch
Yeah.
artists in tennis, and it comes very easy for us to be a very good doubles combination. And that's what we are hoping that Indians will be very good at wrist work. If you see, even in cricket, we are very good at our wrists. The great people like Azharuddin, who are very good at wrist work. So in Indians inherently are very good at wrist. And this game in doubles particularly is going to really catch on in our country in a very, very big way. The role of India, I think, in the next 10 years, Indians are going to rule the pickleball scenario just because of the sheer number of people that we have.
Wow. So, when do
Yeah.
you think the sport will make it to Asian Games or Olympic debut? When will it do that?
So Asian Games, I think in the next 2 years we should be in the Asian Games. As far as the Olympics are concerned, there is a lot that needs to go into us getting into the Olympics. But our main goal is to get into the Olympics, and if not in 2028, definitely 2032. And if not, then definitely when the Olympic comes to India in 2036, I think we will be an Olympic sport by that time. So another 10 years, I think we definitely will be in the Olympics.
Great, great. So,
Yeah.
okay, so one last question. So, how did this name get, I mean, why is it known as pickleball?
So there are a lot of stories about that. And some say that the inventors of this game, Mr. Joe Pritchard, in 1964 or 65, his dog was named Pickle. Then, so every time the ball used to go somewhere, they used to say, "Pickles get the ball," and so this is just a joke, actually. But um, so Mr. Pritchard's wife was in Venice, and the she saw a boat which was known as the pickle boat, and somehow that came into her mind, and they said, let's call this game a pickleball. So that's the history behind the name. It's a very unique and very fascinating name, but no one really knows why.
Okay, okay, cool. Great. Thank you so much. And with this, we come to the end of the show. Thank you so much, Arvindji, for joining me in this absolutely great session.
Thank you for having me over. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you all for listening to today's episode with your host, Garima Aftar. See you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.